Good morning and welcome to Friday's video to help us with our learning activities for Banksy class. So reading today, there is a lesson available on the Bite Size website if you'd like to join in with that reading lesson. It is Charlie Changes Into a Chicken. It is the book and there's some activities there if you want them. If not, feel free to read your own book, a text from bingo sheet. We are going to be writing Marcy's diary today, so getting that into our books is really important that we make sure it's presented well and it looks like a diary, and I'll show you a little bit about that later on in the video. For your activity today, for maths, I'd like you to do some countdown maths, and I've included a sheet of countdown style questions on our website. Alternatively, you can ask someone to create some countdown questions for you, or you can create your own and challenge yourself to find or get as close to the total as possible. And finally, as it's Friday, I've got you a free write picture to have a look at and choose how you write about it. So I've put on the website this document. It is an example of a diary. This is Little Red Riding Hood's diary, but it's quite a good one just as an example of what a diary should look like, what it should have in it, how it's laid out. Nice and simple layout. It is just a almost letter to yourself with paragraphs on the page, and it's very, very chatty. So if we have a look at Little Red's diary, we can see lots and lots of features that are listed at the top of the page, but also down the side of the document, it's trying to show you where they're used as well. So colour coding helps us a lot here. We start by addressing the diary directly. When you're writing as Marcy, you are talking to this diary as if it was a person. So we look here on this example, it says, "Dearest diary, oh my goodness, I've never been so frightened in all my life." It's quite chatty. It's got lots and lots of first person. It's about you. So she talks about, oh my goodness, I've never been so frightened in all my life. And in that we get lots of feeling as well. We've got those time adverbials, those connectives and conjunctions that are going to help us put together this in a chronological order. We ask ourselves questions about what happened, and they're rhetorical, which means they don't need an answer, and that helps get across our thoughts. We include lots of opinion. We want to express what it is we think about things, and for Marcy, that needs to come across in how she feels about the dark in particular. It's very informal and chatty. This is like you having a chat with a friend. So we can use lots and lots of different phrases that we wouldn't tend to use. In this one, we've got, I was actually eaten by a wolf. That's right, eaten. And it's as if you're having a chat with your friend. She's even included humph, the sound that you might have made if you were having a chat and telling this story. If you have anything in your diary that somebody else has said, please use those inverted commas that we've practiced, and make sure that it is you as Marcy telling this story. That's that first person. You need to explain everything that's happened, so explain your actions, and then you need to lay it out in paragraphs. So as you look through this, you can have a good read of it. I'm going to read it to you. That would be a waste of your time, but you can have a look through this and see some of the phrases that Red Riding Hood has used. I wouldn't copy too much because they are completely different characters and different events, but there might be little bits that help you. And we'll look at the ending with you as well. We'll look at the rest of this document because there's lots and lots of it. I think there's 4 pages in total, just showing you this to show you the layout, things we expect. But I am going to look at the ending because there's a really good ending here and we can learn a lot from it. So a nice activity for maths here. It's a problem solving activity based around the TV show Countdown. So, like in the TV show Countdown, you are given a target number. This is in green, in the green box at the top. Underneath that, there are 5 number cards that you can use to get to that target number. So for our example, we have a target number of 19, and we have number cards of 5, 2, 3, 1, and 8. You can only use those number cards once, so when they've been used, that is it, they have gone. We are trying to get to 19. We're going to use those cards at the bottom. So we've suggested that we take 5 and 3, we times them together, we multiply them together and get 15. We leave that 15 alone for a little bit. We take two other numbers, 8 divided by 2 will give us 4. And then we add those numbers together, those totals that we made, 15 and 4, gives us the 19 that we were looking for, that total. So we were spot on with that. We got there very quickly by using the numbers to build the bits that we needed. Now in the TV show, you get 30 seconds to get to this total. 30 seconds to get as close as you can, and you can compete against other people on the show. So feel free to get family members involved if you'd like to, or you can have a go on your own. What I'd suggest though is you get yourself a little timer or a clock that you can see, and perhaps give yourself a minute to get as close as you can. A minute, as we're just practicing this, only just meeting countdown for the first time, some of us. I've given you 2 questions here on the video, a total of 18 with 5 number cards, and a total of 25 with 5 number cards. On the website there are a few more of these questions as well, if you'd like to go and explore those. So a nice Pobble activity to finish us off, a free write based upon this Pobble image. So if you go to the Pobble website, you'll see that there's this image. There are lots of different things there. There is the story starter, the 6 sentences, and the activities that you can use to generate some writing if you feel that's what you'd like to do. This picture is called Mr. Wolf. And it is the wolf, I believe, from Little Red Riding Hood and the Three Little Pigs, looking very scared in his, what I believe from this introduction is a new disguise that he has got himself. So the story starter that they've suggested, you might want to finish this, but with it being free write, you don't have to use this, you can write other things as well. Their story starter is, in the deepest, darkest depths of the forest, Mr. Wolf waited. His disguise hadn't worked, but that didn't concern him. Now, the boy thought he was safe. Mr. Wolf didn't think he was. Mr. Wolf knew exactly where he was. He could sense him. He could smell him. He could almost taste him. And then it says, can you use them to continue the story about the wolf? And what it's talking about there is the senses. He started using the wolf's senses to continue this story. Now Mr. Wolf seems a bit scared. He's trying to escape from something here. I don't know how this story is going to continue. It's a bit of an odd one. You can choose to continue this story, as I said, it's free write, or you can choose to write something else. You might want to ignore Mr. Wolf, you might want to look at the setting. Enjoy yourself with free write. Remember to choose something that you'll enjoy, and have a good weekend.